Every single monster inside Playtime Co. has been taken down. Some of them are dead, some are barely breathing. But every time one of them fell, it wasn't because they were weak. It was because someone found the one thing they couldn't fight. And here's the terrifying part. The prototype, he has a weakness too. And when you hear what it is, you'll realize it's been staring at you this entire time. Let's go through every single experiment, every flaw, every crack in the armor, starting from the very beginning. Huggy Wuggy is built like a nightmare. He's 10 feet of teeth and muscle. He survived a fall that should have killed him. He chased you through an entire factory, missing an arm, and he still didn't slow down. So what could possibly stop something like that? Kissy Missy. That's it. That's the answer. The second she is anywhere near him, on a screen, in a hallway, standing right in front of him, every ounce of aggression just drains out of his body. In Chapter 5, it happens twice, mid-chase. He had you, and both times, one glimpse of her completely rewired him. He didn't forget you were there because he got distracted. He forgot you existed because she mattered more. That's not a physical weakness. That's a psychological collapse. The same creature that was sprinting toward you covered in blood, one arm missing, becomes a different being in under a second because of love. The prototype saw it happen, and he used it against Huggy without hesitation. Huggy's greatest strength was also the thing that got him stabbed. Mommy Long Legs could have killed you the moment she ripped the grab pack off your hand. She had every opportunity. She could stretch across an entire room. She moved faster than you could react. She watched you run, and she let it happen. Why? Because she had to play. Even when she completely lost control, even when she was screaming and charging at you in the dark, she still announced the next game before attacking. That was her death sentence. The moment she broke her own rules and just ran, she was just rage. And rage ran her straight into a grinder. She didn't die because she was weak. She died because she was unhinged. And there's something darker underneath that. Her entire body, elastic plastic, is vulnerable to extreme temperature. Heat would melt her. Cold would shatter her. Miss Delight's weakness was handed to you before the chase even started. Eye contact. She learned it as a survival mechanism. Stay still, don't move, let them think you're dead. It kept her alive when she was locked in that school. It let her hunt, but it also hardwired a rule into her brain she cannot override. You could walk backwards, staring directly at her, and she would not move a single inch. Get her a pair of sunglasses and she'd be unstoppable. The critters, the mini Huggies, the nightmare creatures in the prison, all of them share one flaw: light. Individually, you could kick one across a room, but in groups, they move like a swarm, overwhelming, relentless, impossible to fight one by one. But pull out a flare and watch them scatter like cockroaches. And he never fixed the one thing every single one of them is terrified of. Catnap's weakness was inside him the entire time. The red smoke he produces, the same smoke that caused hallucinations, that blocked off entire sections of the factory. That was his greatest weapon, his flammable one spark. That's all it takes. And the way he was defeated, it was a callback to the moment he almost died before the experiment. At room temperature, Dogley is almost impossible to fight. He shapeshifts. He reforms. You can't pin down something with no fixed shape. But drop the temperature, he freezes solid. We saw it happen with Sawyer's cold traps. One blast of frozen air, and the creature that ate piano wire like a snack was barely holding itself together. We turned Dogley the Dough Man into Frosty the Snowman. And now, the one you came here for. Everyone expected the prototype's weakness to be something physical. Tear out the smoke canisters. Hit him with a train. Find the right weapon. It's none of those things. His weakness is Poppy. Think about the tea party scene in Chapter 5. You and Kissy are both tied down, two of the biggest threats. He doesn't even look at you. His entrance, his focus, his rage, every single decision he has made inside that factory, the hour of joy, the experiments, the labs, everything, it all circles back to one question. Where is Poppy? And what is she doing? That is not strategy. That is obsession. And obsession makes you predictable. The most dangerous creature in Playtime Co. has a blind spot, and it's the small doll we've been traveling with since Chapter 1. His greatest motivation is also his greatest vulnerability. And when Chapter 6 forces that collision, when we use Poppy against him, that obsession is going to be the thing that brings him down. He won't see it coming, because he never does when she's involved. Every experiment in Playtime Co. has a crack in the armor. Some are physical, some are emotional, some are almost embarrassingly simple. But the prototype's weakness is different from all of them, because it's also the reason he's still standing. He stayed in that factory for her, he built everything for her, and that might be exactly how we end him. Drop your theory in the comments.